everyone like watching superhero movies? If you like, please support our series of superheroes. This movie is about mutants. X-Men First Generation. The movie opens the cinematic universe regarding mutants, set during the missile crisis in Cuba, the Cold War period between the two world superpowers, the US and the Soviet Union. The film opens with a scene in a concentration camp in Poland in 1944. The young Erich Lenscher unknowingly reveals his ability to manipulate metal. When the Nazi soldiers separated him from his mother, this attracted the special attention of Sebastian Shaw. He is also an evil mutant, capable of absorbing all energy sources on Earth and releasing them. Because while forcing Eric to use his ability to control the coin didn't produce results, Shaw killed his mother. Magneto's hatred for Shaw began here with childhood. Meanwhile, Charles Xavier, a boy, first met a little girl called Raven. While Raven was transforming into his mother to rummage through the fridge, Raven has been living with Charles ever since, and he sees her as his own sister.
Pick whatever you want.
Second World War ended. The world was divided into two poles after the Itara Conference. The two leading superpowers in the world as the Soviet Union and the US turned to confront each other, resulting in the Cold War, which lasted for a long time. The seed of the Third World War can happen at any time. Xavier at this time successfully defended his evolutionary thesis and earned a professorship at Oxford University. Eric always has the will to find and kill Shaw. Xavier was an employee of the CIA. Moira asked for help when she saw the mutant group with her own eyes. She used her abilities to intimidate a higher-ranking US official. While capturing Shaw's submarine, Charles and Eric first met. Thanks to the help of another CIA officer and Hank McCoy, Charles uses Cerebro for the first time, the machine that amplifies his brain waves globally. Thanks to that, Charles and Eric were on the road to recruit the first mutants. However, Shaw's submarine fled to the North Pole, and Emma's psychic powers informed Shaw that the enemy faction is recruiting other mutants. By the time Moira, Eric, and Charles were gone, Shaw attacked the mutants and attracted more mutants on his side.
We don't belong here.
After returning, Charles knew that Shaw was much stronger than he expected. He began to teach the mutants how to manipulate their powers, ready to stop nuclear war.
I will teach you to control this, Alex.
If you want to beat me this time, you have to set the beast free.
But you can't even accept yourself.
A Third World War in Moscow. Shaw forced his Shogun to have the Soviets install missiles in Cuba. He wore an anti-telepathic helmet and followed the Soviet fleet in a submarine to ensure the missile breaks the US siege. On the other side, the X-Men team arrived in time. Eric used his power to lift Shaw's submarine out of the water, put it on the mainland. In the battle that followed, Eric took off Shaw's helmet to let Xavier control him. Then he finished him off with his childhood coin. From fear of the mutants, the fleets fired rockets at them. Eric used his strength to stop all the missiles, aiming them back at the fleets. Moira, trying to prevent this, fired upon Eric. While deflecting the bullets, one glanced and hit Xavier's spine. Eric tries to persuade Xavier to follow him.
I want you by my side. We're brothers, you and I.
But Xavier and Eric now traveled on two completely different paths.
Who's with me?
Raven says goodbye to Charles and follows Eric. She told Hank, the genius mutant who always self-conscious about his big
Mutants and proud.
Since then, Charles could no longer feel his feet. He opened a school for mutants. As for Eric, continuing his thoughts, he goes around collecting other mutants and uses a new ally, Magneto.
I prefer Magneto.
Thank you for watching. See you in for next episodes.